Hello friends, welcome back again in the practical session of plant physiology and plant ecology, PSC final year, botany. I am Dr. Deepak Koche and today I am demonstrating here the morphological and anatomical adaptations of plants. Basically it may be a xerophytic plant or it may be a hydrophytic plant. Whatever the plant which is given to you, you have to identify which type of adaptive characters it shows. It may be morphological characters or anatomical characters by performing certain procedure. Okay, so today what we will do, we will take a plant, for example Nerium plant, and we will find its morphological and anatomical adaptations, and then we will see how it has been classified under xerophyte, okay, or why it is called as a xerophyte. Okay, so the aim of this particular experiment which is given to you, it is to study the morphological and anatomical adaptations in Nerium plant. Okay, so before going into detail, I must have to revise one concept of the plant adaptations. Now you all are aware regarding what type of plant adaptations are there. It may be a hydrophytic, it may be a xerophytic adaptation, it may be a mesophytic adaptation, or any other type of adaptation that plant shows. So plant has to survive in the extreme environmental conditions, and to cope the extremities of the environment, the plant shows certain adaptive characters which are not found in normal conditions. Okay, so these type of adaptations you have to find out in the given plant. So today's objective or today's aim is to study the morphological and anatomical adaptations in Nerium plant. So for this you will require Nerium plant twig. Now here is a twig of Nerium plant. Okay, then you will require sharp blades, then stain, you will require stain. Here we will require the safranin stain, then glycerin, you will require the petri plates, slides and cover sleeves. Okay, so this is general requirement. You also require the compound microscope to observe the anatomical features. Now what you have to do? Okay, first of all you have to take the provided material, that is the Nerium twig you have to take. Okay, then describe it in general morphological sense. That means how its root, if it is provided, how its stems looks like, what are the features of stem, what are the features of leaves, that you have to identify. Okay, then you have to go for anatomy. So here for anatomical purpose you have to take the leaves of this, you have to take the transverse section of leaf of this particular Nerium plant. Okay, so we will see one by one what it will looks like. Now as far as the observation is concerned, now see how you are going to describe this particular plant, Nerium. Now the first thing is that this plant is, though even it is found in the mesophytic condition, but this plant is evergreen. Okay, this plant is evergreen and shrubby. It is not herb, it is shrubby, and its stem is woody. The stem is woody, it is not herbaceous, it is woody. The leaves are lanceolate to linear. Okay, with acute apex, that you have to observe. Okay, then the leaves have thick waxy coating. If you see the leaves have thick waxy coating, and the inner portion of this particular leaves, it is shiny. These are the features, morphological features you generally found in case of the Nerium plant. Okay, what you are found in this particular plant, if the root is provided, then the roots are taproot system, well developed. The stem is woody, okay, having thick cuticularized deposition. Then the leaves are linear to lanceolate, okay, acute apex. The leaves are coated with wax and it is shiny on inner surface. Okay. These are the morphological characters. For the anatomical characters, you have to do the anatomy of leaf. That is, you have to take the transfer section of the leaves. So what you will take? You have to take the leaf. Take one slide. Likewise, take one slide, okay, and take the transfer section which is passing through midrib. Likewise, okay, and then select one of the finest transfer section from your sections on a clean slide, okay. Take one of the finest section on your clean slide. Put a drop of saprophyrin stain, okay. Then put again one drop of glycerin, and then put on a cover slip. Okay, now it is ready for observation. Okay, now you have to take this light and observe under microscope. Likewise, you have to take this light. I have adjusted one slide and observe under microscope. Make the observations very keenly. You have to observe the midrib region as well as the lamina region. Okay, what different aspects, what different characters you can see under this, you have to note it down. Okay. Now, under microscope, what you will observe that I will show here, you will found that under microscope you will get such structure. Okay, you will found it has upper and lower epidermis. Okay, upper epidermis is multi-layered. Okay, it is cutinized. It is followed by this palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. Palisade parenchyma is compact. Spongic parenchyma has the spaces, intercellular spaces. Lower epidermis, it is also multi-layered. It is having the stomata. Now the specific feature of this particular plant is that it is having the stomata in the cavity, and such stomata they are called as the sunken stomata. They are called as the sunken stomata. and these stomata, these cavities are having the number of hairs, and this is one of the measure which is taken by the plant to check the transpiration, rate of transpiration. Coming towards this particular vascular bundle, this vascular bundle, the midrib region, you found a large vascular bundle, well developed xylem and phloem. Okay, and here you generally observe that this metaxylem is pointed towards the lower epidermis. Okay, parallel to this midrib bundle, you will found number of these parallel vascular bundles. Again, the same arrangement is there, and these particular vascular bundles, they are enclosed in the parenchymatous sheaths. Okay, so this type of observation you have to make. So this is basically the what you called midrib region you found. The next one that I am going to show you here is this particular diagram. It is from the lamina region. Again, the upper epidermis, multilayered, cutinized, upper palisade parenchyma, spongy parenchyma with the cavities, and number of the cells, they are showing the crystals of calcium oxalate, and this is basically the what you call as the Shankan stomata. These are the stomata, and these are the hairs. Okay, and lower epidermis again is the multilayered, protecting the plant. Okay, so these things you have to observe as far as the anatomical features of this particular plant is there. Now, what exactly you had studied under this particular experimentation? What adaptive features you had seen? That is more important. So, what you had seen? You had seen that the thick waxy coating on stem and leaf of this particular plant is found. One. Second, the shiny inner surface. Thick coating means this thick coating and shiny inner surface. Shiny inner surface is that the most of the rays which are incident on this particular plant, they get reflected, so that the temperature is controlled. Okay, if there is more temperature, it will leads to the higher transpiration rate. Again, the thick coating, thick waxy coating is for the protection, of course, but it is also for the checking the rate of transpiration. Thick cuticle is present, then epidermis is multi-layered. Okay, then well developed palisade cells are there in the leaves, and sunken stomata is there. So all these characters, on the basis of all these adaptive characters, you can say that this particular Nerium plant, it is a xerophyte, and it shows a number of xerophytic characters. Okay, now you have to write it down in your record in a proper sense, which includes aim, then requirement, then procedure in short, then observation. In under observation, you have to write down the morphological features, then you have to write down the anatomical features, and then you have to sum up which type of adaptive features it has, this particular plant is shown, and then you have to give the result that on the basis of such adaptive morphological and anatomical characters, this plant could be stated as the xerophytic plants. Okay, and it shows the several xerophytic characters. And you have to draw the morphological, draw the diagram for the morphology of this particular plant as well as the anatomy of this particular plant. You can draw either the midrib region or you can draw either the lamina region, anyone you can draw for that. Okay, so this is as far as the morphological and anatomical adaptations in Nerium plant. The next experiment that we will see, that will be of hydrophytic adaptation. So thank you very much.